The band leader, Benny Goodman, famously growled, but that was before he heard Charlie Christian play. Boy, did he eat his words.
And now the new group in the band, the Sextet, with our new discovery, Charles Christian of the electric guitar. Charlie, I really think it's one of the most terrific musicians we've been produced in years.
Thanks to electricity, the guitar could now compete on equal terms with the dominant brass of the big band era. And it was Charlie Christian who would become the new hero of the electric guitar.
So this is a Charlie Christian guitar, ES-150, with this famous magnetic bar pickup. Of course, the important thing is the electricity, you know. So he's playing lines, he doesn't have to hit the thing, he doesn't have to do chord punctuations or anything, he can just sail. He can just sail away. Lay back on the beat. Then the middle eight. Line. Back to riff. Now that wouldn't have come across on acoustic guitar with the band.
Charlie Christian issued a call to arms. Guitar men, he wrote, wake up and pluck, wire for sound, let them hear you play.
Benny Goodman's Sextet with Charlie Christian was the first band to use riffs as a basis. So they had a tune like this. See? So the bass, or perhaps the guitar, will be playing that, and the clarinet will be playing the top line. That's called 7-11, and that's obviously the basis of so much music we know. And somebody playing a riff and somebody playing a melody over the top. And when you hear T-Bone Walker or B.B. King, you can hear how that element of Charlie Christian went into the kind of electric blues players.
T-Bone Walker did for blues what Charlie Christian did for jazz, which isn't so surprising when you know they took guitar lessons and gigged together back in Oklahoma City.
Sometimes I wonder, why don't she write me? Sometimes I wonder.
He took to the spotlight like a natural showman, playing behind his back, with his teeth, doing the splits, but above all, standing up in front of the band. He was the Elvis Presley and Jimi Hendrix of his day. One young man, inspired to pick up the guitar by the playing of T-Bone Walker, was a certain Riley King, who left his job on a Mississippi farm and came here to Beale Street, Memphis. He tried his luck as a singer, but ended up playing guitar with a slot on the segregated radio station, WDIA, where he got his nickname as the Beale Street Blues Boy, and then B.B. King. There's a confusion of kings round here, but the street is now testimony to the success of the man they call the King of the Blues, who after a decade of hard work was able to put together a sizable band to go on tour. And it was from here in 1955 that he set off in his famous tour bus to bring the blues to the world. And he's still doing it half a century later. His story, from cotton fields to world tours, has become part of the mythology of the guitar and its embodiment of the American dream. He has lived the life of the guitar man. At the age of 83, he's still going strong and as passionate as ever about the music which inspired him.
I like jazz. I like country. I like gospel. I like some of all kinds of music. But I was hypnotized by Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Benny Goodman, Woody Herman. I could just go and name you a lot of those guys. I was hypnotized by them. But a guy like me that came from Mississippi, as I did, my guitar has been sort of like a friend. It's been like a tutor. It's been like having someone that would introduce me to people.
BB's fusion of country blues and jazz, and his unique sound, bringing his own kind of vibrato to the electric guitar, is instantly recognizable. He's endearingly modest about his playing, and his guitar, Lucille, is almost as well known as he is.
I've been trying to play guitar, I guess, almost 60 years professionally. And I don't know that much about it. I swear I don't. I know the feel of it. I could be in my sleep and you wake me up in the dark and I can tell if it's my guitar by the way the neck of it feels. And I wanted to be a gospel singer. That's really what I wanted to be, like my pastor in church. My pastor played guitar in the church, so the first electric guitar I ever heard was in the church. But I had a Gibson, a little black Gibson guitar that was non-amplified. So I had some kind of thing you put on called a pickup that amplified.
And what did you call that guitar, Lucille?
I was playing in one of the states called Arkansas, in a little town called Twist, Arkansas. And it used to get quite cold in winter. And so they used to take something like a big garbage pail, set it in the middle of the dance floor, half fill it with kerosene, light that fuel, and that's what all of us use for heat. Well, people dancing would dance around it. This particular night, two guys started to fight, and one knocked the other one over on this container. It looked like a river of fire. And everybody started to run to the front door, including B.B. King, but I forgot I left my guitar inside. When I got on the outside, I went back for it. So I almost lost my life trying to save my guitar, but I got it. I didn't know the lady that I was told these guys was fighting about, but they tell me her name was Lucille. I never did meet her, but I named the guitar Lucille that very day to remind me never to go back in a blended building trying to get a guitar. So from that time until today, my guitar, I don't care if I had 120, they all were Lucille. And I'll tell you, if somebody really wanted to punish me, take it away from me. That would be one of the worst. You could put me in jail or prison anywhere else, but to take my guitar would be worse than taking, well, I'm not married anymore, but we'll leave that be, but it would be terrible.
As to where his sound came from, Beebe has always said he was influenced by steel guitar and the bottleneck blues of his cousin, Booker White.